Hey everyone, Alex here, and today I'm going to be showing how you can automatically fill out a PDF form in Zapier. We have an employee onboarding form here where users can type in whatever information is needed. I'm going to show how you can take data from a Google form response and then automatically fill out a PDF form in this Zap here. So you can see here that when I do a test run of this, I'm going to choose one of the recent responses from the Google form just for demo purposes. We're then going to take all this data. We're going to populate a reusable template that's based on our fillable PDF. And that's then going to result in a nicely formatted PDF that I can use in the subsequent step. So if I paste this in here, you'll see I'm going to have this, and it's going to have all the information from our Google form response. We can then upload it to Google Drive, send it via Gmail, do whatever we want with it. And I'm going to be using the Google form example in this video, but you can use whatever trigger you want. You can trigger this workflow whenever a new email is sent to you, when a file is uploaded to a Google Drive folder, whatever best fits your use case. So let's get into it. The way we're going to approach this workflow is we're going to take our existing fillable PDF form and we're going to turn it into a reusable template. We're then going to take the data that's submitted via our Google form and we're going to map it to the various fields in our template. So we have the full legal name here in our Google form, and we're going to map this to the full legal name input in our employee onboarding form. Now, we're going to use a tool called DocuPotion to turn our existing fillable PDF into a reusable template. And just be fully transparent, I am the founder of DocuPotion. We offer a free trial, so you can try it out without any cost. And then there are various paid plans depending on how many documents you need to generate each month. Once you sign up for an account, you're going to be brought to the DocuPotion dashboard. And if you navigate to the template section and then click on the new template button, you're going to have a few different options. But the one we're concerned with today is the upload a fillable PDF option. So once you click that, this pop-up is going to appear. You can then upload your fillable PDF by clicking here. And then DocuPotion is going to do an analysis of your PDF and figure out what fields are basically fillable fields and assign them reasonable field names. This might take a minute or two, and it's important to note that you must upload a fillable PDF here. It can't be a static PDF. There are other ways you can use that in DocuPotion, but for this specific example, we need to upload a fillable PDF. Once the analysis is complete, you're going to see the green edges around that box, and you're then going to be brought to the DocuPotion template editor. And you can see we've loaded in our fillable PDF form in exactly the same format as it was in its kind of raw format. But what DocuPotion has done is it's analyzed fillable fields here and it's assigned them labels. So I click on the full legal name label over here. We're getting this one, preferred name, mobile phone. And then the ones you really want to watch out for are the ones where there are multiple lines for a single input. So for example, for address here, there are actually 3 lines associated with the address. So if I click on the home address label here, all 3 of them are going to be highlighted. Now, there might be some scenarios where you actually prefer to have 3 different inputs. And if that is the case, what you can do is you can just click on the split button here. And that's going to split our single home address input into 3 different ones. So we're going to have home address 1, home address 2, and home address 3. If you wanted to reassemble them into a single input, which I think makes sense for this specific example, you'd simply change them all to the same name. So if I set home address and then home address again, that's automatically going to rebundle them into a single input. We also have some check boxes here, and they are going to be highlighted with the checkbox badge here, just so you're aware. Now, before we get on to mapping this in Zapier, just to note, if you want to see how this looks with actual data, what you can do is you can go to the data tab and we have a bunch of sample data here. You can edit some of the values if you want. So if instead of Alexandra Marie Johnson, you wanted to put in Joanne Marie Johnson, you could then download a sample, and DocuPotion is going to create a demo version. You can see here we have the demo watermark with all of the data populated. It's just a nice way to see how your PDF is going to look once there's actually data in it. Okay, now let's get into building our actual Zap back in Zapier. So I've already started building out one here, Like I said earlier, we're using a Google form submission as our trigger, but you could of course use a bunch of different ones. And let's just run through this. We're pulling in the HR onboarding survey, which is this form here. Clicking continue, and then there's a bunch of already responses in there, and we're getting our data from that. And then the next thing we need to do is actually connect DocuPotion to our Zap. So I'm just going to search for DocuPotion, and I'm going to install that. And the first thing we need to do is choose an action event. At the moment, there's only a single one, create a document. So you're going to pick that. But then we need to connect our DocuPotion account to Zapier. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to add our DocuPotion API key. You can see here it's in the API integration section. So if I go back to my dashboard in DocuPotion, you'll see here there's a section API integration. I'm going to copy my API key. I'm then going to add it back in here, and that's going to connect DocuPotion to Zapier. And we just need to select the account. And let's click on continue. And then this is how we link up a specific template in our Zap. You'll see if we click on the template button here, we have a bunch of different templates we can choose from. We're dealing with our HR onboarding form, so I'm going to choose that. For output, we can choose either file, URL, or base 64. File is really going to be your go-to in most scenarios because that makes it really easy to work with in subsequent steps. If we want to email the form somewhere, if we want to upload it to a Google Drive or a OneDrive. So I'm going to leave this as file. I am going to change the name of it just so it's a bit more obvious what document or what person the document is referencing. So I'm going to click on the plus button here, and I'm going to take the name of the person, and then I'm going to add in a dash onboarding. That way we can at least identify the output PDF a bit better. And then this is where the mapping happens. You'll see here we have template data, and we need to create a JSON object where the keys match the merge fields in our template. So essentially what we need to do is we need to, if we go back into our template, we need to recreate what we're currently seeing in the data tab. We need to recreate this. And the easiest way to do this, I've found, is just to copy all of this, paste it in here, and then replace all the static values with values that are coming in from our Google form. So for example, instead of having the static Alexander Maria Johnson, what I would do is I would get their legal name here, and I'd put that in. For preferred name, I'd do the same thing. I'd put in name and get preferred name, and I'd repeat that for all of these. Now, that's going to take a minute, and instead of making you watch me do it, I'm just going to do it here in the background. Okay, that's all been filled out now. The last thing we need to consider on the configure tab is this use my own S3 bucket option. This is a kind of advanced thing if you want to store the output PDF URLs in your own Amazon S3 bucket. Not going to be relevant in most cases, so I'm going to click continue and leave it on false. Okay, we've now mapped all our data. We can see here we have everything looking pretty good. So I'm going to click on the test step. That's going to send our data to DocuPotion. It's going to put in our reusable template. And at the end, we're going to get this file back. And if I just copy this, and if I open it up here, you'll see we're going to get this PDF downloaded. And if I open it up, we now have all of our information filled out nicely. So that's how you can take a fillable PDF, turn it into a reusable template, and then automatically populate it in Zapier. After that, you can really do what you want. For example, one thing you could do is upload your output PDF to a Google Drive folder. So you can see here, we can choose the upload file. I've already connected to my Google Drive, and I'm just going to leave it in my Google Drive. We'll leave it in the root. In fact, actually, let's use this Zapier documents demo folder, and then we can just reference the file that we created in the previous step. So you'll see here the file binary that exists there. We don't need to convert it to a document because it already is a document. and then we can add the file name and the file extension. But that's just one way you could use the PDFs output by DocuPotion in subsequent steps. Hope this video has been useful. If you do have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments below.